So things got a lot more interesting, no? Sa first division of the UFL, wherein
Close finish.
supposedly we're expecting almost na itong Santa Lucia Stallions, parang sila na eh. Then suddenly, out of the blue, Global steps in. Pagod pa to partida. Coming from Cebu and then coming from Pachanga game. Tapos, syempre, yung pagod nila, and then they beat Stallions in their game 2-1, no? Paano ba ano ba yung recap mo dito? Ano ba mga gandang?
Well,
habang nagtitraining ka pa nito.
Habang nagtitraining kami si Figo, yung brother ni Izu, nakikibalita. Pero from what he said, it was one of the most amazing games sa UFL kasi Global showed heart, pure heart. Isipin mo natatalo ka 1-0 tapos biglang babawi ka sa next half. Gusto mo talagang talunin yung opposition tapos babawi ka ng 2 goals. 2 great goals from first from Starosta and then next from Izu LFB.
Diba? Parang, so yun na nga yung clincher pa eh. I mean, supposedly, if Stallion won that, medyo lalaki na yung gap eh. Diba? Layo, medyo ano na eh. Now, since Global won that, ano ba yung standing natin ngayon Ronin, pagdating dyan sa first division, Stallion and Global?
Okay, so right now, Stallions ang nangunguna sa standings. They have 42 points. They have 14 wins, 0 draws, and 2 losses. They have a goal difference of 35, but they have played 16 games. Global, although 40 points sila, same goal difference, have only played 15 games.
So, game at hand pa sila. No? So, medyo, yun yung nakakatuwa. Parang ito na naman tayo. Pero yung sino yung third, medyo malayo na eh. No? 30, Meralco is at 34. So, malayo na talaga, and almost how many games? 2 or 3 games at handa lang, wala na talaga. So, this is just a battle between the two na supposedly dapat ano na ito eh, noon na, but then when Global showed its championship caliber, kumbaga, pagdating sa UFL, lumabas. So, the scenarios possibly, the next game for Global is against Meralco. Right? So, if Meralco wins, medyo magiging
Ang laking kontrabida
Oo, di ba? Medyo panira talaga to. But if Global wins, he'll be ahead by 1 point with 2 games apiece. Close pa rin.
Close pa rin.
Grabe pa rin. Oo nga eh. Ito pa nga eh. Kasi alam ko kasi, si Stallions, kalaban rin kayo Migo, di ba? So, ano bang tatalunin nyo? Ganun.
Gusto namin, syempre, like what our coach said, sabi ni Coach John, we want to max out the points that we have in the last 3 games, although we lost against Army. Syempre, gusto pa rin manalo kami sa last 2. Kasi last 2 nets, natalo pa kami dito. Sabi niya gusto ng 7 points, at least 7 points. Kung hindi 7 points, 9 points. Ngayon, 6 points na lang pa yung makuha namin.
So papawas mo yan.
Gusto namin matalo syempre yung Stallions. And I think from the match that we showed during the first round against Stallions, we showed naman na maayos naman yung laro namin. It was just a 1-0 loss against Stallions and they were having a hard time penetrating to our defense, and we were able to attack every now and then. So sa tingin ko kaya naman namin talaga yung Stallions.
Kasi parang dito any game kailangan must win lahat for these two teams eh. Kasi ang nangyayari kapag any slip up, though hindi pa ganun kalaki effect kasi let's say Global loses to Meralco. O sige 2 points lang ng Stallion. With 2 games pareho sila.
So
close pa rin. Kung manalo naman si Global, alamang sila by a point. Ganun din. Parang ang lapit pa rin. So, what do you think, based on this, how crucial talaga, especially itong Global against Meralco game, for both Global and for Stallion? Ano ba yung tingin mo dito? Kasi syempre kung ako si Stallion, sana matalo. Diba? Parang ganun, diba? But how do you think would Global approach this game? Syempre, tapos knowing that scenario na kahit manalo sila, dikit pa rin eh. Would they conserve their energy na kailangan lang i-draw to minimize the gap and then all out last 2 games? Kasi coming from Singapore Cup pa to So medyo may pagod pa tong kasama. So how do you think would Global approach this type of game?
Maybe Global will be conservative, but Meralco might really want to play the spoiler.
Okay.
Diba?
Kasi na-spoil na sila eh. Sira na sila. So, magulo na to.
Mas masarap yung feeling na hindi naging champion yung isang team dahil sa'yo, diba?
Actually.
Sakit naman nun. Ang bastos eh. Pero yun nga, I mean, tama, kasi yun yung hirap ng global ngayon, di ba? They're competing with a lot of tournaments. And then, may players pa sila naglalaro sa national team, so medyo paguran, di ba?
We have a game tomorrow.
Di ba? Yun pa. So, medyo paguran eh. So, how do you approach this? Lapit eh. Ikaw naman, how do you think global would approach this? Si Ronin, conservative sila. Medyo ingat kasi dami.
Pero feeling ko, I'm gonna go with what Ronin said. Kasi diba, totoo rin yun eh. Kasi you have to look after the players din eh. Parang, hindi ka basta-basta, alam mo yun, hindi ka basta tira lang ng tira. Kasi mapapagod sila eh. Kasi you have to look after them kasi you have a lot of tournaments that you're getting into and you wouldn't want to hamper your players. Diba? So, feeling ko ganun din, conservative, but
when we look at the lineup, yung next set of games, Stallion would be against, sino ba? Stallion would be against Meralco and Nomad. So, yun yung sa kanila. And then, Global would be against Meralco, Army, and then Kaya. So, in a way, medyo kapag, sige, let's say manalo si Global kay Meralco, medyo halos, match pa rin yung mga kalaban nila eh. Parang medyo high caliber teams pa rin, and then can easily, can turn around things talaga.
plus Army would want to win.
Siyempre, di ba? Yung Army kasi medyo ibang issue pa yung sa Army kasi talagang ito, do or die.
Yeah.
So, yun yung mahirap doon. So, there are a lot at stake with these set of games. Talaga, ang hirap eh. So, what do you think? Siguro, is it still too early to predict kung sino yung mag-e-end up?
I think it's still too early. Kasi, di ba, like last season, we had to wait till the end.
Oh,
till
last
the last
game.
game para malaman natin sino mag-champion eh. Yes, feeling ko masyadong maaga eh.
Pero gut feel na lang. Gut feel na lang. Based dun sa lineup ng mga kalaban, tapos dun sa performance, gut feel.
I don't know, I think both teams are hungry, pero feeling ko global to eh. Feeling ko global.
Parang hindi yung sinabi ko sa akin kanina.
Sabi ko, I want. Sabi ko, gusto ko sana manalo Stallion para maiba. Pero feeling ko global eh.
Global. Ikaw naman,
Feeling ko matatalo na yung Stallions so global ako nanalo.
matatalo nyo yung Stallion, ha?
Sana.
Yun, okay, 6 points. Ako, global eh. Lalim eh. Lalim ng bench eh.
Parang gusto ko sana manalo yung Stallion para for a change.
Tansya lang, ano lang to, based on the performances and yeah,
Global
Mexican bets. Pero ngayon kasi early lang, please don't hold me pag nandito na sila late. So, pero yun nga, tansya lang based on the performances. But also, there's the factor of fatigue na Stallion, I think they'd be fresher than Global kasi Global with a lot of tournaments. Anyway, very exciting developments. Hopefully stay tuned sa lahat ng games. Please watch all of this, especially Global and Stallion, so that we can honestly find out sino ba talaga yung top team pagdating sa UFL First Division. So for more updates, do follow us on Twitter at FTW Sports.